Welcome to Courtship Academy, where we empower you with practical tips for navigating the complexities of relationships. I am super excited about today's video. African men, break these chains now. Yes, I mean now. I already feel the rebellion rising within me. All right, what chains, you ask? Let me start by sharing a personal story. My eldest daughter's husband from northeast Nigeria, Adamawa State to be precise, was scared when the time came to ask for the marriage list. This happened in 2023. He wondered if he would need millions since he was coming for an Igbo girl. My daughter told me he even consulted his Igbo friend about what he should expect. Unfortunately, his friend is the grand master of the keepers of tradition. What a person to consult. When the friend heard she was our first daughter, he said, "My brother, Ada, for sure, prepare 2 cows to start with." Then he went ahead to reel off all he felt would be required. The items for my husband, a different list for myself, the mother, and then another one for Umuada and Umunna. For those of you who are not Igbo, Umuada means the first daughters of the family, and Umunna is the relatives from the father's side. Boy, these are powerful, influential family members in the Igbo traditional circle. You don't mess with them. I need like 4 million naira be that. My daughter's fiancé, as he then was, said, sweating. I can imagine hearing such a thing in this difficult economic situation we are in. This is what has kept most young men from the warmth of the marital bed. It's what makes them drag their feet to take a bold step into marriage. And it will only change when we, yes, you and I, decide to end it. When we stop saying, it's our tradition, we must keep it alive. They did it for me, so the wheel rolls on. Mbanu. No, it must not go on. It's got to stop. I believe change starts with us as individuals. My husband and I decided there would be only 2 lists. One short list for traditional marriage and an even shorter one for introduction. 2 lists. Shikena. Wait for it. No cows, no father's list, no mother's list, no Umuada's list, no Umunna's list. Cancelled out. Why should they have a list? Some of them don't even know my daughter. Neither does she. They contributed 0 to her life, to her upbringing and education. So for us, it was just one short list for traditional. Short like this. Short. A symbolic, short, reasonable list. Well, if he has millions, we reasoned, let him invest it and start their home on a solid financial state, or in a solid financial state. We are not selling our daughter, nor are we hungry. After all, a human being created by God is priceless. How much, let's be honest, can a man really pay on a woman for her to be his wife? The answer is no one can afford it. To me, these things are just symbolic and cultural and should never be taken to the extreme. They should not even become a get-quick scam to acquire things you desire. But guess what? It did not go down well with my husband people in particular. We started hearing, it's the tradition. Another one was like, oh, I will never give out my daughter in this manner. Nye, 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 nye. Sure, it is our daughter. Leave us to give her out the cheap, if you choose to call it cheap, the cheap way we want. And by the way, if I may ask, whose tradition? Those that are in the grave? We cannot continue to allow dead people to dictate to us in the 21st century in the name of tradition. Tradition is dynamic. It changes with time. Then it came to the day of the marriage. My husband asked the groom's father to bring 150,000 naira for the bride price. Bam! Without blinking an eye, he brought it out. Probably because he might have been expecting a higher amount, being that it was an Igbo girl his son was coming for. My husband took it, removed 1,000 naira. Yes, you heard me right. 1,000 naira and gave him the rest. Baba, you are a businessman. Please use this and invest in whatever you think is good for them. Yes, so we took 1,000 naira as the bride price. Then the traditional people wanted to devise ways to get more money off him. My husband said no to their every move. They were not happy. It was a sad day for them. But our in-laws were grateful. His mother and sisters personally reached out to me to thank me. Our second daughter married a black American about 8 years ago. At the time, we asked the man to bring $36 as bride price. Then we took $1 and returned $35 to his father. See, the change will come when we place our feet down and refuse that barbaric culture preventing our young men from getting married when they want to. Someone said that's how we uphold Western culture and call ours obnoxious. I am one of those who will never say yes to anything just because it is from my continent. If it's so good, why do I hear that some men resent the woman's family after paying so much to marry her? Some either cut off completely or refuse to help the bride's family after marriage. Why do we want to subject our daughters to this type of situation? Why? This so-called cutthroat tradition must die. And the change must start somewhere. And it begins with us, with you and me. It's not just for parents. The couple should say no to this as well. Let the brides stop following their parents blindly. African men, stand firm and break these chains. That just reminds me of my husband's friend. Let's call him Obi. Okay, he had already paid a heavy bride price. At the marriage ceremony, Igban Kuku, I think that's what they call it, he was told that the items he had brought were not complete. Obi asked his bride, "And what do you have to say about this?" You know it's the tradition now. Biko team, try and complete it. He turned to her parents, but they insisted it was the tradition. Come and see fire. Like play, Obi got up, turned to his people and calmly said, "I am out of here. If you know you came here because of me, I'm telling you now that I'm no longer interested. Let's get out of here." Everybody was like, huh? Some turned to each other with shock. You could hear whispers. Then one said, "Our in-law, it's not like that. It's something that can be discussed." Another one advised him, "Calm down." Obi, who was already on his way out, turned. "Are you coming or not?" he said, looking at his family and friends. He stormed to his car, drove off, leaving a massive trail of dust. Now wow, someone said, "Is it because of ordinary leads that Obi chose to abandon his traditional marriage?" But it is our culture. He's not the first to be asked to perform it, another observed. Then the uncle said, this is what is done for everyone, my daughter. Yours can't be different." He said to the bride, patting her shoulder. Stop crying. The man who will marry you will come, you hear? It's okay. Continue waiting for that man. If you are a bride that have similar ideas, continue waiting for that man. Anyways, by the time she got back to his home in the city, she found her belongings, which she had brought into his home, outside the door. For Obi, it was over. It was over. I could not help laughing when my husband told me this story. Obi one name, he is a hero. I love people who defy obnoxious traditions. This revolt happened in 1988 or 89. Kai, we need more men like Obi. This tradition would have been long forgotten if we had more like him. It's time for you to stand up and be counted. Time to break the chain of high bride price. Time to cast aside the burden of an outrageous marriage list. Time to break away from mind-boggling marriage ceremonies. I stand with Barack Obama, who said, change will not come if we wait for another person or time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Yes, we are the change that we seek. Young men, you can't continue working like boxer in Animal Farm till you are worn out just to gather items for the marriage list. Neither can you allow things fall apart in your life because you desire to marry. It's time to tell yourselves, weep not, child, and take action to show you're no longer at ease. Embrace the yellow sun. Don't settle for less. As the ball landed in our court in 2023 with my daughter's marriage and wedding, we played it the way we deemed fit, because we believe we are the change we seek. Remember, the change starts with you and me. As Mahatma Gandhi said, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. Alright, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more relation tips and insights to build healthier relationships and rid our society of practices that are destroying us. Here is to freedom from the shackles of tradition.